you see the waves, you see the edges, you see the slayage of this wig. But what you don't see is that lace, okay? As you should, or as you should not, I mean. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about lace. We're going to talk about how I get the perfect tint, how I cut right behind those annoying little ear tabs, and how to get the perfect cut of the lace that will match your hairline exactly. All right, let's get right into it. So here is the lace that we're gonna be working with. First thing first is I cut off this little piece of lace in the back. Nothing special about that, just, you know, a little snip snip. Unless it is a 360 wig, then that is completely different. Now, before I install the wig, I wanted to just stop and just talk about my hairline and the importance of knowing what type of hairline that you have. I would say I have a pretty standard hairline. Only thing is that just right there, my sideburns, they come just a little bit lower than a typical wig is made. But for those of you who your sideburns come down to like your eyebrows, or like your baby hairs are typically lower than the rest of your head, then you need a whole different type of customization. And I'll link this technique called the Nair technique down below, which will really help those with lower hairlines get a more perfect fit onto your wig. If you feel like your wigs never fit you right, or if like maybe they're too big, it could be possible that your sideburns are just too low, and you need to do a little bit more customization. Now let's talk about tinting our lace. I use foundation to tint my lace. I use the Fenty Pro Filter 420 foundation. I feel like it's a really good match for my skin tone with and without makeup. That's important to keep note of. I use a dense brush to pack that on under and over the lace. I'm using my blow dryer in a warm setting to let the foundation just set and oxidize and dry, so when I install it, it's not just like messy all over my forehead. Okay, so now our wig is perfectly prepped for my head. I've got the lace tinted, the wig adjusted, and she's ready to be installed. Now that my wig is on my head, you can see the lace is melting perfectly into my skin. But as you can also see, there is lace hanging over my ear. So this is how I cut off my ear tabs. I get like a little rat tail comb and I try to just draw around my ear from the bottom to like the top. So I kind of imagine that I'm drawing like an upside down U around my ear. And I also like to make sure I'm not cutting too much in the front, because I do need hair for sideburns. So sometimes I might like leave just a little bit to give me room. It's better to cut too little than to cut too much. And now I just make sure it fits really nicely around my ear and all the lace is gone, but I still left a little bit of hair right there for me to have some sideburns to play with. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. It's all about just taking your time and really making sure you're cutting that upside down U around your ear. And this is what it should look like. You wanna make sure you're cutting lace, not hair. Make sure you're cutting off the whole lace, not just the hair. If that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, but this time just slow it down for you guys and zoom in some more so you can really see what I'm saying. And boom, bam, there you go. I've got a perfectly fitted wig on both sides, and the wig fits perfectly in the back because I adjusted the straps. And now we are ready to go ahead and install the wig. I'm using my good old faithful Got To Be Freeze blasting spray to just help me lay down that lace. Now we can get to the actual lace cutting. So before I actually cut off the lace, I like to just cut in sections, right? This kind of helps me with not making a mistake and also just helps with the grip. So I recommend for everyone, cut your lace in sections first. For cutting the lace, I use either an eyebrow razor or these cuticle scissors. I never use regular scissors to cut because you do not want to cut in a straight line. You want to get a nice jagged motion. As you see, I'm doing with my scissors. I'm cutting up and down. And since these scissors are very sharp and pointy, they can help me cut precisely in that jagged motion. But before I cut off my lace, I'm also cutting off excess hair that does not match with my actual hairline. I do not have my hair coming out that far in the center, so I'd like to cut off as much hair so it can mimic my real hairline. I'm really taking the time to make sure I'm cutting off any lace that does not have any hair on it. I realized taking the time to cut off, even after like I install a wig and I see a place that's like just empty lace, I go in and cut off that empty lace and the install is looking more realistic, more flawless. So every piece of extra lace, cut it off. You heard it here first. Sometimes lifting the lace to help you cut it does cause the wig itself to lift, and that's not a big deal to me because I'm going to go ahead and do another spray of Got To Be. So what I do is I pull out all the baby hairs in the front, which is the front line of hair, and I just pull all of those out, go in with the Got To Be and spray in between that space, right? And just use my rat tail comb and the blow dryer to help push all of that down. This helps me make sure my lace is laid and not going to lift, but also helps with the baby hairs as well. But that's pretty much it as far as cutting off the lace. It's really about getting a really nice and sharp, tiny, precise tool to help you go in and cut all those little tiny details. It's really is not as hard as a lot of people make it seem. I've heard that people charge to cut off lace for people, not even just to install it. They charge you just to cut off the lace. And in my opinion, I feel like it's much better for you to cut off your own lace on your wig. Get a very small mirror or like a magnification mirror if you can't see that well, and just take your time. And I'm telling you, getting small scissors or an eyebrow razor will really help you get very detailed. But that is basically all for this lace cutting tutorial. I hope you guys found it very helpful, and I know this was kind of like a long video just dedicated on cutting lace, but sometimes I feel like I need to take my time and slow down and be more specific on little certain steps of the wig installation process to kind of really just help you guys that are beginners or still trying to figure out how exactly do I get my lace laid and slayed like hairline. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. The rest of the video is just going to be me finishing off this install. I know some of you might be interested in seeing how I achieve the final look. But yeah, thank you again for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, y'all know where to find me. And peace out, Girl Scouts. Oof, not Girl Scouts. Peace out, Girl Scouts. And I'll see y'all in another one. Goodbye.